Europe is it's an interesting region. I used to say, and I still say, Europe is the largest, is the probably the most complex and difficult region to manage worldwide. Okay, in not only in marcoms or marketing communications, but I think generally the reason being, it's considerable marketing concentration in terms of ad spend and sizable Western markets there. But you could say, well, okay, but the US is also quite sizable. It is, but the US is more uniform across its different states, and there's one currency, and it's one language, and when you're doing a regional campaign for the US, it's a lot easier to manage the operations within that campaign, and you could probably centralize that quite easily, within one or two centers. When you come to Europe, you've got the Western, you've got the Central Eastern, you've got the Eastern, you've got the, then you go into, then you go EMEA, you go into Middle East and Africa, and, you've got very different cultures. So doing a regional campaign across Europe is quite difficult, and it's very fragmented. You've got core markets like the UK, Germany, Italy, Spain, France, the big markets, the big Western European markets. But even within them, there's fragmentation in terms of what a Coca-Cola bottle may look like, and the restrictions within each of those markets. So it's much more complex from the actual global campaign side. And then when you come to managing operations within Europe, in the US, you can hire, you can fire, and it's, yes, it's a little bit more complex on the West Coast than it is on the East Coast. In Europe, it's quite easy managing your staffing levels in the UK, but when you come to countries like Netherlands and Belgium and France, the labor laws are quite restrictive, and managing operations within those markets is a lot more complex. So that's why I say, as a whole, EMEA is a tough region to manage.